Welcome to another edition of Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read. Before we take a look at this week's book, The Making of Punjab by Harish Jain, let's hear from another one of our viewers talking about their favourite book.
Why? My favourite book is 33 Strategies of War. I love this book. It's like my military Bible. It's fascinating because it introduces a huge variety of military strategy related topics. Not in incredible detail, but detailed enough to pique your interest and make you want to research. One of the main reasons I really like this book is because it features a lot of quotations from Japanese sword masters to Roman tacticians to Alexander the Great's generals, and it offers a fascinating insight to different cultures' perceptions of the strategy of war.
The Making of Punjab is a book that was published in 2003 and was edited and compiled by Harish Jain. The author himself describes in the introduction that this book was written with the current climate of what's happening in the Punjab well in mind, and he's producing the book for the benefit of the population that is going to reside there for coming years. The book consists of some 38 chapters and is written across 300 pages. Jain is sometimes writing in the narrative and sometimes becoming quite encyclopedic. He covers a historical period from the birth of the Indus civilization all the way up until modern Indian Punjab. Each of the chapters is broken down into a different element of life in the Punjab, sometimes cultural, sometimes political, sometimes environmental, and so on. Many of the chapters themselves are then broken down and have subheadings, which makes it really easy to understand, and generally this is a very well written piece of work. There are no footnotes or general notes at the end of any chapters, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. Generally throughout the book, Jain uses a number of references and writes them straight into the work, and because of the encyclopedic nature of his writing, it doesn't really affect it that much. There are a number of helpful chapters at the end of the book listing historical places and cities of the Punjab, which means that this book can be used as a reference tool. Jain has produced a book here that is independent and objective and looks at the socio-political and cultural elements of the makeup of the Punjab. But we want to know what you think, so please drop us a comment below and let us know what you think of The Making of Punjab, edited and compiled by Harish Jain. Join us again for another edition of Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read.